just give everyone a minute to go through. Okay, are there any comments or questions on anything? Sorry, Stephen, I do sort of look at you because I know you have an eye for detail. You sometimes pick something, so I'm sort of in a little bit. Not to be offensive, I'm just.
It doesn't have to be anything too far out.
Can I get a proposer then for accepting member one the first meeting anyway? To receive and approve accounts at the end of November 2023. Can I get a proposal? A seconder then, please. John? And votes in favour of accepting the accounts? Full house. Thank you. Then we have 9.2. To receive and approve payments to be made. Oh, sorry. I thought that's something downstairs. Oh, sorry. To receive and approve payments to be made and petty cash account to 11th December.
That was the space from you.
Any questions or comments on the petty cash payments? Sarah?
Just, it's not the right place because we've done thanks already, but just to note, under the second section, you know, see all these different bits of shopping that have to be done for Saturday, and just linking that with the email that Emma sent round, because the delaying of the decision on Saturday meant a lot more work for Emma because she then had to do everything really last minute, which is how come there's all these little bits of purchases that had to be made. If it had been done earlier, you know, she could have done it probably in half a dozen orders, but she had to rush around all the different shops, isn't she, buying things. So it's kind of, I'm saying, noting that, and, you know, to myself saying, you ought to be grateful to Emma. Well, sorry that Emma was put to all that work, but thanks to her for doing all that work.
Yeah, thank you. I think that's noted. Are there any more comments? Yeah.
Yes, could I just make an observation on that if it had been understood at the meeting where the Saturday is delivered, that abstaining from a vote is not voting against, then there would have been no delay.
I think I understand where you're coming from. I understand where Sarah's coming from. Advice was also sought on that as well. And I know that other parish councils do say that the minutes have fallen. You know, if there are more abstentions than anything. So I think for our parish council, we've addressed that as a whole review and abstentions.
Not in case the fact.
Yeah. No, I do agree, yeah. Okay. But we've got that 100% clarified now going forward, so... can I get a proposer for the petty cash then, please? Sarah proposing. A seconder then, please? Amanda? And can I get votes in favour of accepting petty cash? We've got a full house. Thank you very much. Okay, so item 10. To consider and decide upon the following planning applications. So we've got 10.1, which is 68 Pontefract Road, Ackworth, Pontefract, replacement gutters, fascia and rainwater goes in front of dwelling. Not sure, are there any comments on?
I've had a look through all of these just to see where they were. That one is a listed building.
I could just like a look at Andy, just like a look at Steve for some of the finance that I wasn't deliberately
I don't think specifically which it was, and I didn't actually look at the map, but it's a listed building, and basically the gutters need replacing, and they're actually putting in more appropriate ones for the house than they are at the moment. So it seems, but obviously that's because I thought, why do you have to apply for permission for gutter replacement? But it's presumably because it's listed for that one. The second one, actually, I'll just say Ackworth Grove House. I had a look at that one before, and then Saturday night I really thought it. Some of the trees, or most of the trees they're looking at, are actually the ones that are right at the side of the road through High Ackworth, and they're looking to cut off some branches to help preserve the trees. And I thought, with all the wind on Saturday and branches down in various places in the village, well, we probably shouldn't object to that, because if it came down there, it would cause a lot of problems for it. So that was the second one, I thought, and the second one. Third one, Millgate. No, it's just extension and things. I don't see any problem with that. Nobody will really see it anyway. Apart from if the neighbours don't object, no, there's nothing else. The Old Rectory Cross, it's about phone lines. I don't know what our view is on cutting trees so that people's phone lines don't get... I got the impression actually that they've never had problems with the phone line.
It's my phone line.
Oh, is it yours? Well, yeah, I can see, you could see that I could see that.
It's the internet. We don't care about phones in this house. It's
But,
just, it's just the internet. But they're very minor branches, and none of the big ones. But even so, because it's such a big, beautiful copper beech, and it's got TP on it. He has to go through all the right things, but they're only snipping the tiniest.
Yeah, well, I presume that, but I just didn't know if we had a policy when it came to phone lines for it, so there was that. And then, the final one of them actually, literally, you can see in the photo that it's touching the house. So it seems reasonable to cut a tree back that's hitting the house.
Can I just check, Amanda, is so the tree question, is it your planning application?
No.
No. Okay, we'll just check it for
It's next door
dispensation.
neighbour, but it's the two with everybody. I think about 6 houses all going to the same thing, and there's one copper beech in their garden is old branches over everybody else's, and
I'll just check it for dispensation.
so it's not mine.
Yeah.
So I suppose based on what I saw, I wouldn't have any objection to any of those, but
Yeah.
would be my thought.
Thank you for that, Andy. Thank you. Any other comments from anyone? No. So we're happy to know them, or Okay, thank you. So item 11, to agree that the date of the full February full council meeting is moved from the 12th of February to the 5th of February 2024, in line with Wakefield Council's precept deadline date of the 9th of February 2024. So this is essentially moving meeting dates in order to meet budget requirements and dates for submission and so on. I don't think there will be comments, but any comments or questions on that?
Do we need a formal proposal?
I'll be taking a proposal and seconding that to, okay, propose it then, please. John proposing, seconded, Andy seconding. All in favour of moving the date to the 5th of February for the full council meeting in February?
Assuming Councillor Bauer.
All right. Sorry. Thank you. Okay, so that was item 11. So item 12, so agree that the date of the committee meeting is due to be held on the 29th of January and moved to the 22nd of January. And that's to support resource management of the Parish Council staff team. So obviously, if we're moving one meeting forward, we need to move some committee meeting forward just to help support as well. And I'm guessing one of those will be the FMGP. So
That's right,
yeah. So it'll all be tying together. So again, I'm not sure there'll be any comments on that, but I'll just check. Can I get a proposer, please, to move the committee meeting? Amanda, yeah. And a second then, please, Sharon. Thank you. And all in favour of moving the committee meeting forward to the 22nd of January? Yeah, there we go, full house. Thank you. Excellent. So the big item this evening, I would say, who's at 10? Item 13, to receive a proposal from Ackworth Jaguars Juniors and decide a course of action. I'll come to councillors first because we've heard of the Jaguars already. And any comments or questions? We've got information in our packs. And we've heard from the Jaguars as well. I won't come back to you guys to speak before. Can I just check, am I okay to bring in the Jaguars again? Do all councillors agree on that? Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Can I just
Amanda,
ask about planning permission? Is it Wakefield Council land, that Wakefield District Council land, that it'll be sited on, or is it belonging to Quaker School?
Which school?
It's a part of Ackworth School.
Yeah.
It's our, the plot of land that they're talking about
Yeah.
is out belongs to the parish council. It's what we rent from. It's at the back of the thing. So it's that bit to where the bollards are.
Right.
To that.
So would we need to apply to the Quaker School?
Well,
Yeah. Okay.
you have to have permissions from any building within
Yeah.
on Wakefield Council, but it is our land, so it's not impacting on Wakefield Council.
Ackworth school.
Ackworth school land.
Yeah.
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 Rented to us.
Yeah.
Carolyn, yeah.
It says temporary. How long is it going to be temporary for? And is that temporary until it can be permanent?
We don't know yet. I don't know how it affects you guys, everybody. It's just looking to 2 to 5 years to see how it goes.
I mean, the Low Ackworth Community Building, that was temporary, wasn't it, about 50 years ago? It's only just fallen down.
Yeah, probably not at that step where it has to fall down. Tom, yeah.
I think having attended the meeting with the guys from Ackworth Jaguars and seen how fast it's come on, Ackworth Jaguars, how successful it's been as a village amenity for lots of the kids in the village. I just think, I mean, I'm 100% behind the proposal, and I think because it has to be, because in effect they're not having this building, it's costing them money, then I think we ought to support this. And the temporary building is the fastest way to do it. We have talked in the past about extending our pavilion at the back in that same space, and I think at the moment with the Larker Community Centre and the Community Centre over at Strata, we're not in a position to do that because we've got too much on at the moment.
And it would take longer as well.
And it'll take a long time to do that with all the permissions and all that. So I think a temporary structure would be, as an interim. If in a few years' time you're so successful you've got millions of pounds in bank and all that rest of it, then we'll build a relationship over the next few years with yourselves, and we know that you've looked after the pavilion when you've used the pavilion. It's all gone in your favour, in fact, because you've looked after the pavilion really well. And I think we ought to support, as a parish council, something that's going to bring a lot of kids' happiness in the village and other people. People who visit our involved a long time ago in rugby, used to go to all the towns, other villages, and think they've got fantastic facilities. Why haven't we got this? And I think this is a starter for us to do that, to catch up with what lots of other villages have done. And rugby league, there is money being spent in rugby league in the future. Let's hope, So I think it's a winner for us, for the council and for the villagers. So Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'll bring Stephen in. I know Andy wants to come in as well. So, Stephen, next, please.
Yeah, have you looked into the insurance problem of the building? Because it's a temporary building.
Yeah, we can insure it under our club insurance and things like that, so we can insure it as a separate building proposal for that.
Yeah, because many years ago I had the same problem with the portable building. They wanted the premium was the same price as replacing the building. And it is rather close to the
You can let you.
pavilion now,
Yeah.
so any problem with that burning down might, depending on what it's made of,
Yeah.
might affect the pavilion. Would.
Yeah. Good considerations. To
Yeah, that'd be, it'd come under both insurers with that, so, you know, your insurers would claim off our insurers for the repair of it, and as long as it you know, substantiates the you know, repairs to that building and to yours.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Andy next.
I'll say to start with that, you know, I support the idea of the rugby and all that stuff, but I was looking through this today and I have got some concerns in relation to the
of
building.
course.
If we go back to the applications made by the Parish Council for Carbridge changing rooms, there's quite a few things, so I won't read them all out, but one in particular in terms of conservation area, it's specifically on the application said the site is within the Ackworth conservation area. The development utilises high quality design to create a building which adds to the character and diversity of the conservation area in this high profile location. Now that actually links to item 15 of biodiversity we've got today, but I don't see quite how a temporary building fits in relation to that. And it was repeated in the detailed design about the building in relation to that. There's a couple of things on drainage that were mentioned in the application for the changing rooms we've got. Foul drainage will be connected to the existing combined sewer that runs through the site adjacent to the building, and the building is located on a site to provide a 6 metre easement to the existing sewer. The building is set over 3 metres away from the line of the sewer when plotted on site. That sewer is directly underneath where it's proposed this building goes, so there's potentially an issue there. But if we look at the storage container that's currently on the site there, on 22nd of April 2021, our Village Facilities Committee meeting advised Ackworth Jaguars to request permission from Wakefield Council before siting the container. In May, retrospective planning application was submitted. In July 2021, the Parish Council were going to liaise with the Rugby Club to improve the look of the container, and Councillor Roberts proposed that the Village Amenities Committee look at storage at all Parish Council sites across the village. February 22, planning permission was refused. March 2022, Parish Council to look to help with this, make alternative inquiries on their behalf, PC to send letter to Rugby Club and arrange site meeting. April 2022, the Village Amenities Committee received an update on storage facilities, and for Carbridge it was identified there was a need for a larger community room and internal storage, and recommended to get some plans drawn up for an extension. So based on all of that, I propose that any decision in relation to the proposal from Jaguars is delayed until the issues of the storage container and extension are resolved and decided upon, as has previously been agreed.
So I'll take that.
And I've got all the printouts and everything there.
So I'll take that as a proposal then. So that's what a proposal there for some action. So it's to delay a decision on.
Because there's currently a non-approved storage container on the site, and we have an agreement by the Village Amenities Committee that was approved by the full Parish Council to actually look at a larger community room with internal and an extension for larger community room with internal storage ourselves, and that was agreed and approved by the whole Parish Council. So,
yeah, thank you. Do I have a seconder for that proposal first of all? Susie seconded that. I'll just let Ackworth and Jaguars come on if that's okay now.
Where the junior section, we don't have anything, we haven't had anything to do with the container as such, and that's the first I've ever heard of that. The open age is pretty much dead. They haven't played on, I think, for 2 years now. But we're willing to rectify any issue, no problem on our side. We'll take on whatever, no problems at all. If we're delayed, then the chances are that we wouldn't have a rugby club, because the cricket club, like I say, are getting bigger, so it's harder for us to get in. And we've tried, like I say, all the pubs and clubs and stuff around here, and they've not got back to us. And like I said, it's a thing for rugby league where you have to go back. And like I say, we just wanted to do it with the British weather. We were very fortunate earlier in the year when it happened. We could actually go outside and just do it whilst the games are going on. But like I say, but anything that's been left by the other open age, we will rectify, no problem.
Aesthetically to that building as well, we can do anything with it, and the new building. It doesn't. You've got a picture in your handout pack. It's a generic picture pulled from the internet, if that makes sense. So that frontage can be in line with the brick structure if it wanted, or to look like that. So everything to look with the what will tick you
There's
off.
possibilities.
It's just where we start that from.
Sarah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm certainly in favour of being as helpful as we can, given where we are now. What we decided in 2021, given where we are now, and given there's some urgency to the situation for yourselves. I mean, I support being as helpful as we can as a parish council to enabling the club to get the facilities that they need. I would imagine in relation to what Stephen was, well, not imagine, fully expect in relation to what Stephen was saying, that because it's conservation area, as we discussed when we met,